This NFL Props Week 15 edition of the Sports Gambling Podcast is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog's hooking up new customers. Play just $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code SGPN.
Cox.
He's one of those guys who will get penetration.
Welcome, everyone, to the Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, stacking the money green with my partner in picks, Ryan, Real Money Kramer. What's happening, Kramer?
Just sitting in the studio, was sitting next to the man in the box, and there are some very exciting props we're going to talk about on the show.
Yes.
We're doing some cooking.
Yeah, joining us, joining Kramer in studio. I'm remote, hanging out in the Big Apple, going back east, doing some Christmassy shit. CJ Sullivan from the Bottom Line Bombs podcast. What's happening, CJ?
Nothing great. I'm in to see him holding down the Eagles seat down here, so no worries about that. No vandalism. I'm protecting it like the Philadelphians protected the Frank Rizzo statue during the great cancellation of Statue Gate in 2020. They did not get to
I
Frank
forgot.
Rizzo.
I forgot the time period in American history when we were pulling down statues. We
We're
got
pulling
mad
out
at statues.
and they came after Rizzo. No way. No way, those Italians said.
Well, we got a statue coming back. Philip Rivers. That's an amazing story. And I was texting you and Kramer the updates from our buddy Justin Decker. I said was thrilled at the news that Philip Rivers is back, and he texted me that he joined a Colts Southern California fan group. And trying to find out where everyone's going to be watching the game on Sunday.
Yeah.
So Kramer, he might not be coming to the studio. He's going to be watching with his fellow Philip Rivers fans, watching the Colts.
It's too bad because I've already got a couple questions I plan on asking him. Is Philip Rivers doing this to defer his Hall of Fame eligibility to remove the embarrassment of not getting in over Eli Manning and Ben Roethlisberger?
Wow.
Does he just really hate family life this much that he's dying to get his? I mean, he's gonna get hurt, right?
I'm on the Colts plus the points with a couple different handicaps. One was maybe Riley Leonard plays. I don't think he's that bad. But if Rivers does play, kind of Wyatt Tittle style, there's a possibility he dies on the field.
They stop play.
Well, the stop play. Seattle certainly will slow things down. I can't imagine them running it up after murdering a legend like that, on the field. So I imagine they would kind of take it a knee. Yeah, and maybe they would cancel the game either way. Take the points there.
Well, you mentioned taking knee. Everyone, I saw someone, I think he was joking, you never know, online, where he said, I can't believe Colin Kaepernick didn't get a look, Philip Rivers, over Colin Kaepernick. And then Cam Newton said it was a slap in his face. They slapped the silly hat right off him that they didn't consider it. I didn't realize Philip Rivers is 8 years older than Cam Newton.
Cam Newton, which is funny. I mean, why didn't they consider me? Like we said, well, you dress like you operate a hot air balloon on TV. The other thing, though, Cam Newton was not good towards the end of his career there.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it was an arm injury, but he could barely throw the ball like 30 yards. It seemed like he was a rare, like a shell of what he was.
I did, Sean, as you know, I was living the good life this morning, and they're always on top of those types of hot button issues. I did get asked about the Cam Newton, Colin Kaepernick controversy. It was shocking to me I knew Cam Newton's age is not that surprising because I remember watching him in college after I had left. Yeah, but Colin Kaepernick only being 38. For some reason, I don't know if it's just like the things he was, involved with, and it just seemed like you heard a lot about him. But I would have guessed he was much older. Now I'm starting to wonder why didn't he get a shot, Kaepernick? Yeah, 38 years old, still can sling the right. He keeps telling us he's ready for the comeback. He keeps announcing through PR firm that he's ready to make a comeback.
Well, he's got to set up a personal workout, then move the location once they all land there.
Remember what a big news story that was, his personal workout.
Right.
Does this look like, and he's like throwing on air and everyone goes, does this look like a guy who can't play in the league? Listen, the NFL, you can literally murder people. Ask Ray Lewis. If you're good, they will put you on the field. It doesn't have to get that complicated. We got a lot to get to. We, of course, going to get to our props, the ladders, DGen only plays, but I know it's a college story. The news was breaking as we were wrapping up our NFL pick show yesterday, Kramer, where Sherrone Moore got fired. Okay, that wasn't that crazy. Then he got fired. It seemed like with cause. He was involved in the staffer, and then he was arrested. And Kramer and I kept saying, like, man, this seems like it has to be related, but what the hell happened?
Yeah, first of all, how young is she? He's getting arrested, and then like you said, it just kept escalating, and we were watching it live, like on Twitter or whatever. Like, it was like watching a car chase, like a police car chase, but like a person. Like, now he's arrested, now he's got a knife, now he's threatening, murder, suicide. I mean, this seems a bit dramatic, Coach. I'm like, hang in. When that happened, I'm like, hang in there, buddy. Like, you can be coaching a MAC team in a couple years. You just relax. Just don't do the crash out part. Like, listen, you ruined the marriage and coaching job, but you can bounce back. We allow coaches to bounce back from this.
Look at Urban Meyer's on Big Noon Kickoff. How many walls did that guy crash into? It didn't, he was fingering chicks on a dance floor and they had photos of it. That didn't stop him from being on national television. Like Sherrone Moore. Yeah. All you have to do is basically not freak out, and you feel for him. He seems like a decent enough guy. And we actually have a clip of the most recent press conference of Sherrone. He seems like he's a bit broken up about the whole situation.
This is an exclusive. This is his first statement after the incident. Wow. Okay. This is great.
Oh, I done fucked up now. What? I'm on now? Okay. First of all, I bleed blue. I bleed blue. Coach Harbaugh, I'm so sorry. These white women. They be getting me caught up, Coach. I bleed blue. Oh my God. You think they're gonna let me coach against Texas? No. Michigan. Oh, these white women. Why?
Why?
All I ever wanted to do was please my Coach Harbaugh save me.
Oh man.
Oh boy, that's terrible, Sherrone. You could clap to him. Well, he's hanging in there at least. At least he's glad he's alive and healthy. That's for sure. And if you watched ESPN today, Sean, at all, like all the Michigan people, or personalities that went to Michigan, are all like kind of like it's like a cult the way they defend them.
Yeah.
Rich Eisen, Portnoy, and Adam Schefter was on there saying, well, we haven't heard from Sherrone Moore yet. Well, we have just heard from him, by the way. But he's like, we haven't heard his side of the story yet, so he can't do that. He thinks people are coming after him or whatever. Yeah, we haven't heard from him because he was in jail, Adam. There's a reason why you haven't heard his side of the story.
Yeah, also, it seems very likely at this point, dude, I mean, they're just some internet sleuthing would have you believe that Michigan knew about this. Members of the media are now claiming that their rumblings were coming out as early as before Thanksgiving. and they 100% waited for the Ohio State game to see if
Yes.
Yeah.
because otherwise, guess what? The smart move, you fire him right away, you get a coach in, they can actually recruit up against signing day.
Yeah.
A la James Franklin. Like, didn't have a lot of time, but you at least have the Ohio State weekend for. It seems likely that the other thing that all the Michigan alum are doing are playing this like higher than thou. Like we have, we have to. And it's like, well, wait a second. It seems pretty clear that you guys intentionally waited on this,
Right,
to see how the Ohio State, because you didn't want to fire the coach if you're going to make the playoff.
yeah.
You didn't want to fire, that. So
Biff Poggi would have beat the Buckeyes, by the way.
which, by the way, I did. I asked Colby in earnest. I'm like, Colby, any chance that Biff gets the full time
Yeah,
job?
no, absolutely not.
No.
Colby's reply was pretty hilarious. He goes, of course he would want that, but at Michigan, I highly doubt it. He should get it though, but they are a snobby program. They had a meeting about his cutoff sleeves. So,
Yeah, there's a great photo of him with cut off sleeves and his guts all big, and they're like, "We're pretty sure he's not having any affairs, so we can take it out."
he has like that device on the front, like he's on his radio. Like,
Yeah, he's the best.
oh man,
Shout out to Biff Poggi.
I was trying to explain this to my wife. I was explaining it to my wife without trying to get in that dirty dance of like somehow her becoming offended of the behavior of other men.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, man, college football really is awesome. Like think about what this is. This guy, he's just a football coach, but for a day he became like a national culprit. And like everyone was internet sleuthing, like what has gone on? Oh my God, he reacted. He basically he figured out he got caught. His life was coming to an end, and he figured he'd try to get some sympathy. This is a very modern approach. So he allegedly held a knife to his throat multiple times to multiple people, and then got caught in church and was detained. They keep using the word detained too.
Detained in church.
Not arrested.
Yeah,
not charged.
He doesn't have any official charges.
Detained, which setting up maybe a crazy.
Sure.
Angle.
Yeah, it was a threat to himself there. He did kick her door down, though. He did break it. I mean, there was definitely crimes. Apparently, she brought the documentation to Michigan, like to prove their relationship.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm not saying I'm not throwing the word justified around, but I can say. Well, let's just say I can see where the crash out started.
At OSU for life, like with a bunch of numbers after.
Yeah.
Did have an interesting theory that maybe this woman was installed. Maybe the operation's been finished.
He was sloppy though with some details. He doubled her salary in 1 year, didn't change the position. She went from making $50K like to $95K.
As someone who has worked in corporate America a long time, the only time you get a lot of money from a place is when you show up. After that, there's a bunch of procedures and policies in place to prevent you from getting a big raise.
Okay.
So, so very clear red flag, corporate red flag.
Right.
Like, what did she do that's salary doubling?
Deserved 100% raise.
Staying late after, making sure all those emails get sent.
But he's a Michigan man, and as Portnoy says, Michigan men, they don't run away from trouble. They turn right to the trouble and head right at it. That's why he led the segment of his show with it. And Michigan man, Sherrone Moore, also headed right to the trouble with a knife. He saw the trouble. He located it.
Dave Portnoy
kicked that door down and took it head on.
Portnoy also led off his segment by saying that he should be giving credit for stepping up and booking himself on a Barstool show to tackle this face first.
He also asked the internet to be kind during this time. The internet. Dear internet, can you be kind?
Fuck you, Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, hilarious.
Fuck you. Holier than thou, Michigan.
They are. They think they're they're an Ivy League in the Big Ten. You throw up in the same bush as Ohio State does.
Yeah, you know
what
I
mean?
They do.
Michigan
they are.
Michigan and Notre Dame can get the fuck out of here.
Yes,
no one would miss
100%.
No one would miss.
Too good for Biff Poggi, huh?
I like Biff.
I love Biff Poggi.
I want him to go somewhere he'll be loved.
All right, let's we got a bunch of props to get to. Let's talk some week 15 NFL props. Kramer, start off. What's your first prop?
Oh, I have some nice props this week, but let's start with let's jag off to start, huh?
Interesting.
Yeah, Sean, I'm gonna blow your mind for a second because we've at times this year talked about how Trevor Lawrence gives you the yips at times in the game because you're like, whoa, what are you doing? Well, over the last 2 games, Sean, 0. Count them 0 turnover worthy plays.
Wow.
And they're facing the Jets, who Sean had
not an
0
interception.
0 interceptions all year. And I believe the point spread is quite big in this one. So maybe they lean on ETN and the running game a little more. Yeah. Trevor Lawrence to not throw an interception, -125 right now at Novig. That's prop number one.
Promo code SGPN. Kramer, you have already previously made amends for you apologized to Shedeur Sanders. Are you going to apologize to Justin Fields for reporting a fake reporter? You got Wes Steinberg by a parody account when you reported that Justin Fields was refusing to run the Taysom Hill roll.
Yeah.
Will you apologize to Justin Fields?
Well, the fake report that got me stated that he was approached with a Taysom Hill roll.
Yes.
I stated he refused the Taysom Hill roll. So I was playing off the joke. But then I also followed it up with real reporting, which is he went from being healthy to sore to not playing for multiple weeks.
You're not 100%.
So I'm not going to apologize.
You're not all the way wrong. You could say he's not going to do a Taysom Hill roll.
Yeah.
The refusal part's what leads the active language to it. But he won't be doing a Taysom Hill roll. That part is true.
It was used as a way to highlight that Justin Fields is in the doghouse.
Yeah.
I still believe he's in the doghouse.
Now, what are you basing that off of?
Yeah, he seems pretty likable.
That he's not playing.
But so you think him getting injured during the practice week and not being able to play, you think that was all made up?
NFL players don't miss multiple games because they're sore.
All right. But what do you Okay.
Well, look, that's off of the reporting of what they're saying is wrong with him. He's sore. His knee's sore. So that's from Aaron Glenn's mouth.
All right. I'll start off a prop and also not ask for an apology, but ask if there will be an apology. I'm going to stick with the same man who you guys both besmudged. Now, Sean, I understand. Well, you don't have any skin in the game, but me and Ryan are jagoffs, of course. I'm a longtime jagoffs, but my Gumar. Been my Kumar every season here pretty much. And finally it's coming to fruition where these futures are looking gravy here. They're in the first place, they're ready to win division. They are ascending, they're on the way up.
I just knocked on wood for everyone who's wondering.
Absolutely. And I caught a little bit of your NFL pick show. I saw both you fellas are on the Jets plus the points. Now I understand it's a close your eyes special. You go to the church and it's randomly, and I sent you guys a photo randomly that came up on my phone, like as a memory or something like that, of Ryan in the Trevor Lawrence wig.
Let me put this on the screen.
With a very disturbing look. And that's how I felt. Like you guys are going against our Jags against who knows who's quarterbacking down there for the Jets? Brian Cook. I think they're
Brady
Cook. I think they're making up quarterbacks at this point.
He does seem like a made up person.
Yeah, I mean he seems like a video game simulated.
I watch a lot of football. He played at Missouri for two or three years.
That's what they say he went to Missouri. I don't remember him starting at all there in Missouri. But anyway, I think the Jags will have now. It's a sleepy game for the Jags for sure. But anyway, Trevor Lawrence. Not only has he turned it around, the offense has turned around, everything about it, but he has been running the ball like crazy lately, and being a very willing runner. Last week, 4 attempts for 16 yards at Tennessee. His lowest was 3 for 25, but that was a blowout. 5 for 29 at Arizona. Only 5 attempts for 9 yards versus Chargers, but that was a blowout. 5 for 35 against Houston and 9 attempts for 24 yards against Vegas. His rushing prop is at 13.5 yards, which seems very low for a guy who's made it a point to run the ball, and you're going to get the attempts. I mean, there hasn't been a game. He's averaging 5 attempts in the last 6 weeks. So give me 13.5 rushing yards. Trevor Lawrence, there it is.
I apologize. Let me put that back on the screen.
Get that photo back up there. That was my reaction when I saw both of you guys taking Brady Cook and the Jets down in Duval. I mean, this game's going to be 28-0. This is absolutely insane. Here.
I mean,
there's apologies must be needed to the prince we were deserved, Trevor Lawrence, after they smoked the Jets.
The blonde hair is not I mean, it kind of goes with my
kind of reminds. It's like almost like a Hulk Hogan vibe where he had the long blonde hair and then the polished beard.
Yeah, when he turned heel and he had the black beard. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's definitely got a Hemsworth kind of it's definitely some kind of Conan the Barbarian villain.
All right, here's a prop I like. In the I saw someone hit us up about a Phillip Rivers passing yardage ladder. Now I think that could be tempting fate. However, I will take Jonathan Taylor over 11.5 receiving yards. I mean, the idea that Phillip Rivers is going to check it down to Jonathan Taylor, I think, is 100% something that's going to happen. They gotta get some game going. They got to give him some easy completions. Him throwing it to Jonathan Taylor makes a ton of sense. And the Seahawks, they're not great against the running back in the passing game. It's one of their few weaknesses as a defense. They allow the sixth most receiving yards to the running back. So yeah, Jonathan Taylor over 11.5 receiving yards. Very easy way to get there.
I like that one. That's a good play.
I like that. Everyone's talking Tyler Warren, but I like that's a sneakier option. Jonathan Taylor, I like that.
Well, the receiving yards against Seattle.
That's what I mean.
They'll happily let you check it down.
Yes.
So they can smash your face.
Yeah, they don't care. Oh, you want to dink and dunk all day? Sure,
Right.
sure. Phillip Rivers, Kramer, what do you got cooking?
All right. Next one, George Kittle over 60.5 receiving yards. This Tennessee pass defense was on display last week against Shador. And George Kittle, I did a little deep dive on George Kittle. Not only has George Kittle gone over this number in the last 4 games he's played, and it might even be 5. I don't think I completed my notes there, but I stumbled into some 4 was correct. Very interesting data when it comes to George Kittle. He lights up December. In his career, 21 100-yard games. 11 of them have been in December. He's only once in his career not had a 100-yard game in December, and it was a year that he was hurt and only played 1 game. Had 92 yards in that game. So I would certainly recommend, if you want to play an alt number for George Kittle in this one, I'm giving out the standard number because I do think it's a mortal lock. I think they're going to pass the ball in this defense, and need a little bit of resistance from the Titans. That would be the only caveat. But Kittle gets over 60 like he has in the past 4 weeks, and I think he's very live to hit 100 yards.
Kramer, people are saying my mic is high compared to you,
or ours are low.
Yes,
ours is very high as well. I don't know. I mean, I'm going to turn Sean down, but we've had some issues this shit over.
More user error.
I'm not saying user error. I'm just saying outside of our control error.
I'm with you. Now, Sean, you are in the great city of New York right now, so you are not here for a rehearsal show that we performed this morning.
I missed it.
And the prop up just during the laboratory, the preparation. When Ryan discovered this George Kittle statistic, it was a very eureka moment, and I heard a screaming from the other room, and he came running in like he just was able to prove cold fusion or something. Like, oh, we've done it, we've cracked the code. Like,
it's wild.
It was a discovery. It was amazing.
It's a wild trend, and yeah, I mean, originally I was considering him for the latter position. That's what this was all about.
Hey,
and if you watch the NFL Pick Show, I did pitch George Kittle receiving yards to Kramer for underdog entry, and then he shot it down yesterday, saying he was worried about it. So I'm glad to see you found the December trend.
I did not.
Yeah.
Okay.
Didn't you say?
I didn't shoot it down.
Oh, okay. You said you were worried about the game script there for Kittle.
I would be. Yeah, I would be.
Oh,
that's what I just said.
You think they're going to be trailing too much? Because they're going to lose that game out.
No, stop it, CJ. CJ, they just won a game. They're not winning 2 in a row.
It's a swag play. They got swag now. Their first football game.
I guess they took the watch.
CJ, what do you got prop wise?
I got a prop wise. I'm sick of banging my head against the wall. Why fight it? So might as well join it. The great New England Buffalo game. Ramondre Stevenson, for some reason, Vrabel cannot quit him. He makes him Trayvon Henderson clearly the better back, more explosive, but he doesn't care. He's a veteran who fumbles. So Vrabel puts him out there for some reason. He has 50% of the rush attempts for Ramondre Stevenson when he's back, 75% during a 2-minute drill. Like, he does not come off the field. Bills rush defense, obviously terrible, 28th in the league. We all remember the great 8-chain ladder of a month ago when he ran for 174.
It was pretty awesome.
On his Bills defense. Everyone eats against the Bills rush defense. His rush numbers, Ramondre Stevenson is 38.5.
Nice.
Smash it. Yeah, I think even though I like the Bills, I think the Pats offense is going to be able to move the ball. And those Bills linebackers just continue, and defense in general. Like, how is that defense going to win a championship or AFC? It's kind of crazy. Hey, all right, we got more props coming. Of course, shout out to Kalshi. Just partnered up with Kalshi. You can trade on anything over on Kalshi, obviously including sports. Hey, Thursday Night Football, if you're watching live, kicking off or right around the corner here, you can get in on Trade That Game. They got sides, totals, props, TDs, and there's a whole bunch of other wacky stuff you can trade over on Kalshi. What will Jerome Powell say during his January press conference? A bunch of politics stuff. But the sports stuff is great. Hockey, college football playoff, the Golden Globes. Literally, you can trade anything. And the best part is available in 50 states. New traders get $20 in their account when you use the code SGPN. That's Kalshi. Available in all 50 states. New traders get $20 in their accounts when you use the code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Rhythm. The Rhythm is gonna betcha. Picks, props, sides, totals. They got it all. Love using Rhythm. And of course, use the promo code SGPN25. Get you 25% off the premium when you use Rhythm. One of the Rhythm plays they like is Keyshawn Boutte. Both his over 2.5 receptions and his receiving yards at 31.5. I could be talking about some booty later on. Stay tuned. But Rhythm is a great way to get started. Picks, props, sides, and totals. You can build your own models or just use theirs. And of course, track your picks for a chance to win $1,000 college and pro each week. That's RITHMM to get started today. Promo code SGPN25. All right. My second prop here, and I got a bunch of stuff I like, a bunch of fun stuff. I mean, this is just it's in the autoplay pile, but it still needs to be said. Isaiah Likely over 34.5 receiving yards. Even though I think the Bengals are the Ravens offense has not looked right, but tight ends dominate against the Bengals. Isaiah Likely, we remember that game Thursday night, Thanksgiving. He had 95 receiving yards, even had some stuff called back, his fumbles, etc. He still got their receiving yards, 95 receiving yards, 34.5 is crazy low. Obviously, the Bengals are horrible against the tight end. So Isaiah Likely over 34.5 receiving yards.
They just gave Mark Andrews some money.
They did.
That was kind of a weird move.
There's room for both of them. Likely, I mean, the king of touchdowns that don't count. Obviously, fumbled across the goal line 2 weeks ago against these same Bengals. So I like that angle just to right or wrong.
I didn't want to double dip, and I've had a inkling that Sean was going to be on the Likely yardage. Andrews touchdowns plus 150.
Yeah, put
that on the card. And if you're interested, Likely's anytime is plus 230.
I saw that. That was very interesting.
But I'm just
put
gonna
both.
I'm just gonna play the Andrews one. It's like, all right, I'm just done fighting it. Clearly, they like using him around the red zone. Yeah. Clearly, with whatever's going on with Lamar, there's a chance he comes in for some weird tush push shit. And it's plus 150 seems crazy. He's their primary target in the passing game in the red zone.
Yeah, I think they both score.
Yeah, it's annoying that they have two tight ends because if they just had one, it would be so much easier just to hammer whoever that was 2 touchdowns. I agree. I like the Andrews touchdown. I played it last time they played it, didn't get home, but he's involved, obviously. CJ, what do you got cooking up over there?
All right, here. Let's go to, speaking of cook, defenses that are cooked is the Arizona Cardinals. An absolute corpse of a team. The defense is cooked. I'm not laying anything with the Texans. There are too many points, but I will say this about the Houston Texans offense. They look average, which is all they need to do, which is way different than how they started off the season, where they were not even a unit out there. They look just comparable. They're just doing the basic stuff. But I tell you who is playing great is Jaden Higgins. Last 5 games, he has at least over 3 catches in every game. Arizona's got the 20th ranked pass defense, and in the last 3 games alone, they've averaged giving up 240 yards through the air. Jaden Higgins got a very low 37.5 receiving yards. I think he clears that. I mean, a lot of the Texans are going to have decent days against this absolute dead, cooked defense of Arizona.
I was surprised. I didn't realize he was 6'4". Like him and Nico Collins are both big ass dudes.
That was actually his draft comparison during the draft was Nico Collins. So it is funny that the Texans wound up picking him. Yeah.
Kind of an imposing
his comp, if you will.
Imposing wide receiver tandem.
And Stroud
he's been good. He's been good.
Yeah, he's been hot lately too.
Kramer, what do you got prop wise? How many have you given out?
We'll stick with me. I think even though this is my fourth, I'm sure I'm ahead of you because I'm in that game as well. Would you believe it if I told you they made Jacoby Brissett's passing attempts number 37.5? I understand we're playing the Texans, so there's some risk that the game maybe slows down, but that I don't know what we're talking about here. Have we watched this team? Like what did CJ just said? The defense is a little bit washed. So they allow you to score points, which is a great combination then for a team that's just going to drop back and sling the rocks. They can't run the ball. Trey Benson didn't make it back. He's not going to make it back.
Not coming back.
And over the last couple games, 44 attempts against the Rams, 40 attempts against the Bucks, 49 attempts in overtime against the Jags, 57. Remember his cleats and jersey are in the Hall of Fame.
That's got to be some kind of record. 57 attempts
against the Niners, 44 against the Seahawks. What are we doing here? What are we doing here? Over 37.5 passing it. I feel like I just went full donkey for this prop show, but it was the first thing I looked up was let me see what Jacoby Brissett's passing attempts is.
World record holder. What are we doing?
You want to talk about transferring money in fantasy leagues all across America? I mean, Michael Wilson is the second coming of Jerry Rice since Jacoby Brissett got out there, and Harris. Although Harrison is out on the practice field, so that
go away. Harrison.
He's got to be the number. Right. Sorry, bud, you're gonna run over here now.
Kramer,
Brissett over 37.5.
Who has the soundboard over there? Play the Dominic the Donkey.
Oh boy,
it's a top row middle.
You're not a fan of that play? I thought you just said he called.
No, I do. I do like it. It's just as Kramer said, it's kind of a donkey play. All right,
I got on the wrong page.
Okay. Here we go.
Boom.
All right, for me, give me Jameson Williams over 61.5 receiving yards. Again, probably a donkey play as well, but Dan Campbell's had 10 days to think about how much he loves Jameson Williams. And you're playing in a dome. Amon-Ra is still a little bit banged up. I think they're going to be throwing a decent amount, and his run after the catch ability is insane. So give me 5-1 to the over the 61.5 receiving yards for Jameson Williams. The one time he didn't get it was when he had 0 catches for 0 yards against the Giants in that overtime game. I still don't know how the Giants.
A weird outcome.
Yeah, I still don't know how they shut him out in that game. I'm going back to the well. Give me Jameson Williams over 61.5 receiving yards. CJ, what do you got?
Yeah, I like that play a lot. By the way, if there is, Rams have a couple of weaknesses in the defense, and the secondary is definitely one. They like to pick on Darius Williams and Kobe Durant.
Not to mention, there's going to be some points in that game.
It'll be a shootout. Thank God we'll finally get settled between the Goff and Stafford. I'm so sick of the Goff and Stafford rematch or whatever going. It's like the 9th time they've played each other since the trade. It happens like twice a year, every year. You got Kelly Stafford. And they're saying, who won the trade? It's not like the Lions traded because they thought it was going to be an upgrade. They did it to give Stafford like a gift and get him out of there. It's just
Lions fans were rooting for the Rams in that first Super Bowl. I remember that.
Absolutely.
I remember vividly being like, this is weird.
Right. And now he's
they're like rooting for their kid on a different like after they've given their kid up for adoption, and it's like showing up to that house and rooting for their birthday or something weird like that.
There is a very
strange relationship.
I did a comedy show. There's a Mexican restaurant down in South Bay, Pancho's, very fun comedy show on Monday nights, and they have I guess they pride themselves as a Rams bar, and they have they have a frame of Matt Stafford's jersey, and it's like Super Bowl champ. And then it has like an insert of him on the Detroit Lions. And I was just like laughing so hard. Why would you? It'd be like having a wedding photo and then having an insert of you with your ex. Like, all right, hey, remember we got married, but I used to fuck this chick. And I just
don't forget the journey.
It was just classic LA sports fans that you would have. Why would you frame a Rams jersey with the Lions thing in there? It's just so dumb.
It's sad.
Yeah, it is sad. CJ, what do you got props wise?
All right, this is a choose your own adventure, if you will.
Ooh.
Ryan Kramer, you might be help me out here. A little dealer's choice, if you will. I'm looking at your Giants versus Washington. Washington has the 29th ranked rush defense, let alone the 30th ranked pass defense. There. Speaking of defenses, there was a little bump there when Dan Quinn started calling the plays. I think they are absolutely emotionally drained after that Denver game and getting shut out last week. I know it's close your eyes special. Either way, I like the Giants this year. Now I'm either thinking Devin Singletary. His total is 41.5 rushing yards. You could go Tyrone Tracy. Is at 49.5 or 13.5 receiving yards. Tyrone Tracy is a receiver, but it's also 49.5 rushing. I like all of them. Right now, I have Singletary locked in at 41.5.
They like Singletary.
They can't quit Singletary. He's like the Ramondre Stevenson of the Giants. I don't know why they keep playing.
I'll explain.
All right.
And I think it's the same reason, actually.
Okay.
I think that they still have issues where the other guy will make bad decisions in the pass blocking game.
Pass blocking, sure.
That are going to get someone that they care about, the quarterback, hit. And I think in Vrabel's way, it's a little bit more of this.
Yeah.
I think in the Singletary Tracy, I think it's just they trust Singletary to do the right thing, and Tracy's a little banged up.
Yes, he is banged up.
So
he
I would
exited
go
with an injury last
Singletary.
week. We're going Singletary over 41.5. And you mentioned protecting Dart. Also, they're going to mute his rushing as well. Dart's not going to have as many called rushing plays. At least Dart, of course, isn't smart enough to not run. He's going to run.
Careful,
regardless.
CJ. Careful.
I mean, listen, I'm out there to
Careful.
try and protect him. We're not playing soccer. I do agree with him.
You're talking about
a style of game. But what's that?
Talking about a QB with great EPA efficiency. Just watch your mouth.
I agree with what CJ's saying with the nonsense of the overly talked about. I mean, I heard multiple announcers say they enjoyed watching so and so like lower their shoulders this weekend. It's just for whatever reason there's something going on in the Dart atmosphere that causes people to
the Dart web
cause people to act like little bitches.
That's a conspiracy. The Dart web.
What you will hear this week is that they didn't run any design plays for them last week. Well, I think you got to look at the game script of what happened last week.
Yep.
You also got to listen to what Kafka talked about in terms of what they were trying to do against the Packers defense. So I would bet money that he has a designed run this week.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. They're going to be icing this win anyway. Give me Singletary over 41.5 rushing yards.
And take a look at his anytime. I'll pull it up while we're talking, but I'm just oh no.
Just reading the chat.
I want
Kramer's face when
I need a
CJ called
screenshot
Dart
of that.
dumb.
I need a screenshot of that face next to him in the Lawrence wig with the same exact. I imagine it's the same face.
throwing some dart daggers your way, CJ.
I like to be transparent with my face.
I'll little teaser, a little spoiler. I'll make up for it. The Dart slander later on in the show.
Oh, perfect. All right, I take.
What about? I took a look at Chris Rodriguez against this Giants defense because running backs have been crushing them, but now Rodriguez is dealing with the groin thing. Kramer, are you worried about Chris Rodriguez? You think that's for real?
I mean, the Giants have the Giants plot on most rushing defense graphs is like it's off the chart.
Yeah, it's historic.
So
it's an historically bad.
Now there's been a. You didn't see they fired another coach during the bye week.
I did see
complaining about the plane seats.
I didn't hear the details, but I definitely side with Brian Cox. You do not tell him where to sit on an airplane ever.
I explained this to Sean. That might have happened. I'm not disputing that at all. But it sounds like he basically called it out that he thought it was bullshit that they
fired Dable. He's a Dable guy, right?
It was when they fired Shane Bowen. He didn't have a problem with that.
Okay.
He had a problem with basically one of the maybe more veteran assistants who have called plays in the past, like Andre Patterson, not getting the job.
Ah, okay.
He works closely with Andre Patterson, so I think he just dissented a little.
Well, Brian Cox always known for his people skills.
Exactly. And I think if there's one thing Kafka's been consistent on is he's been punishing people who step out of line.
Fair enough. Either way,
and I love that he's been given full reign to just fire people.
I like how they do it week by week, like it's an episode of Survivor or something. Like they like who's not going to survive this week of the Giants coaching staff?
Goodbye me.
Yeah,
Squid Games, New York
Yeah,
Giants edition.
exactly. Build the drama. I love it.
It's just going to be Scattaboo and Jackson Dart. Only pegs left.
Quick
All
stat
right.
about Chris Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I was probably a week early, but I threw him in my anytime touchdown parlay, which, whatever, they got shut out last week. He has handled 100% of the goal line rush attempts for the Commanders, and the Giants are allowing 71% of all carries to score, which is pretty insane.
If they can get in the red zone.
If they can get in the red zone, of course.
All right. I would agree. Probably a good way to attack.
He's going in the end zone.
I got a couple passing props here to close out my 5. First off, give me Justin Herbert under 204.5 passing yards. This guy sucks. He's a total clown.
Wow.
And he has a broken hand. I think he's gonna do what he did against the Eagles. I think he's gonna run a bunch. I think he's struggling right now. The offensive line gives him no time. Of course, none of his poor play is his fault. But you look at his passing yards the last 3 games: 139 yards, 151, and 81 passing yards. Like, he has not come close to 200 passing yards. It's going to be cold as hell there in Kansas City. I do think he runs, but I don't think he's going to be able to throw the ball a ton against this Chiefs defense. So give me under 204.5, and then I'll toss in my 5th here. Positive, an over. Give me JJ McCarthy over 193.5 passing yards, 9 getting loose against the Cowboys. Every single quarterback except the first game with Hurts and that weird game where there was that lightning delay and there was really no offense after the lightning delay. Hurts week 1 was the only quarterback that hasn't gone over this number 193.5 all season. Even Bryce Young had 199. Now Jaden Daniels, technically he didn't finish the game, but if you added Mariota's passing yards, they went over this. There's certainly a number of ways in a dome. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Hawkinson getting going. I think there's going to be some easy stuff for JJ McCarthy. 193.5 passing yards over for JJ McCarthy.
Oh, wow. Already back on the JJ train. You trying to the fans, the Viking fans scare you? They come at you with the skull?
No, I think I thought all takes on JJ McCarthy have been crazy. That one, he was going to be the greatest quarterback of all time, and then 2, that he was a complete bust after a couple games struggling. I wasn't dying to defend him. I thought it was funny, everyone piling on Thor, so I enjoyed that, but I didn't think he was completely dead, and I didn't think he looked awesome this last game, but he played his best game so far. And I think against this Cowboys defense, he can continue to play, solid. It's pretty, there's a number of ways you can get to 194 passing yards against this Cowboys defense without even being that good.
I just want to say, I coined the phrase, he is 0 for Thor on his JJ McCarthy takes.
Oh, well done. Well done.
Oh, man. He's so much invested in that guy. All right. Has everyone all right, here are my 5.
Now we need to give our 5th.
We have one more. And real quick before we do that, Sean, since you seem to be very angry at Justin Herbert, I have a trivia question for you. What do Justin Herbert and Jalen Hurts have in common?
Nothing.
They both have a game in which they've thrown 4 interceptions. There we go.
Okay.
Put it on the board. Carson Wentz never had 4 interceptions. I
Was
learned that during this exercise?
Was which one was a playoff game?
I'll have to go back and look. I'm not sure.
The difference is the difference between me and Chargers fans. I didn't think Herbert played a good game. Or sorry, I didn't say Hurts played a good game. And I didn't spend the entire offseason arguing with people saying it was other people's faults that he threw 4 interceptions.
Sean, do you regret I got reports from inside SoFi Stadium on Monday night. This is breaking news to you, Ryan, that some fan in my section, who might have been next to me, not cheered for, but suggested that an Eagles player hurt Justin Herbert's hand, like in a pile.
Yes.
Goes, hurt his hand. And the Charger fans, who said that? That is disgusting. Who says hurt his hand? Sean goes, I did. I said that. It's just a hand. It's football. Completely fine. And I kind of agreed. It's like he's saying hurt the other hand. He's already got a injured hand. Just tweak that a little bit.
Yeah, and well, also while I said while I was saying hurt his hand, I also said bite, kill, stab him.
Sure.
But the hand comment
that didn't offend him at all. But the hand he did not like.
And then it was great because there was someone behind us, an Eagles fan who was just hammered out of their mind, threw up everywhere, just painted
right there at the seats,
right behind us, right behind the row. And then it was right before Barkley broke off that touchdown. And then so everyone in our row was like, hey, it's the lucky barf, man.
Yeah.
That barf, that's a lucky barf.
And his buddy,
and then it wasn't.
Yeah, so I took a selfie with him because he was directly behind me, and his two other friends are kind of like photobombing it, helping him out. They're like, hey, airdrop that to me. That's hilarious. When his dude passed out. And they try to tell the other people, no, it's just the nachos. That's what it is. He's throwing up the nachos. Really? Well, then you should definitely get him checked out because nachos shouldn't make a man unconscious, let alone be projectile. Are you worried about food poisoning then? Yeah, just the nachos. So there was a lot of different things. It was a weird game all around, inside the stadium, in the stands, and everywhere. All right, did you give out your fifth there?
No.
Kramer, what's your prop?
I'll stay in that Sunday night game. Sean was just dabbling with his which by the way, the merge of 9 and Jalen Hurts photos where just Jalen Hurts' face with those like curly blonde hair in front of it. Yeah. Very delightful for me. Dak Prescott throws an interception. You can get this for -122 on Novig right now. Sean, over the last 2 weeks, only Tyler Shuck has more turnover worthy throws, and Dak, this kind of surprised me. I don't have the memory of him throwing so many interceptions with 7 picks in his last 6 games.
Yeah.
Surprised to see the pick price so low against Brian Flores in a defense that certainly likes. I would say if there's a defense that leads the league in ball being batted up in the air, it's got to be the Minnesota Vikings. So Dak -122 to have an interception on Novik.
Like it. Always love
it.
A Dak interception. Yeah.
CJ?
All right. I'm going to bookend and try to make things right karma wise and do another Jaguar prop to get to clean the air of all your disgusting Jets plays. Don't look now, but Brian Thomas Jr. is back in the fold and he looks good. He is breaking zones. He's a matchup problem that can break any kind of coverage. Jacoby Myers has become the number one there and he kind of works the system more. Now Thomas rocks that sideline and he's getting nothing but big plays. 6 targets last week, 3 catches for 87 yards. I'm going with his longest reception, which is only 21.5 yards. 5 of the last 6 games, he has cleared this number for the longest reception. He had 39 yarder last week, and a 34 yarder, 24 yarder, 22, a 33. The only one was the Tennessee game, which they had pretty much cemented all the way through. Brian Thomas is becoming a problem. This offense in general is starting to click. So 21.5, I think that's an easy number for him and that's what his role has become, just running that sideline and getting the deep ball while Jacoby works underneath.
And yeah, if he with being potentially the third or fourth option after the running back, the tight end, and Jacoby Myers, that becomes pretty nice. Yeah, pretty nice. I don't want to say it out loud, but 13-4 still in play.
Is there 1 seed prop bets we have too? I have to check the Trapper Keeper to know how many Jags bets I have. But
I have them parlayed to a lot of other teams. Yeah. Let's hope that keeps riding. I have an exacta with the Bucks, which would be delightful, and I still have not shredded my Trevor Lawrence MVP.
We have a Bucks one together, I believe, or I know we have another one, Detroit maybe together. I know I have them with the Bucks and I have a juicy one with Seattle. If the Seattle one comes in, we're grandissimo territory. They were 5-1. I got them at.
I unfortunately don't think I'm on the Seattle one with you.
It's a great one.
Good luck. That's a juicy price.
Thank you.
I think I'm unfortunately only on the Chiefs. I think we put it with the Chiefs. Yeah,
Chiefs.
We put it with the Lions and maybe with the. I have my big ones with the Bucks. The Florida team's got to unite.
All right,
anyway,
get it done tonight.
All right. Let's we got ladders, we got DJ and only props. Before we do, we'll do a quick recap. For me, Isaiah Likely over 34.5 receiving yards, Jonathan Taylor over 11.5 receiving yards, Justin Herbert under 204.5 passing yards, Jameson Williams over 61.5 receiving yards, JJ McCarthy over 193.5 passing yards. Kramer.
Trevor Lawrence does not throw an interception against the Jets, -125. Kittle over receiving yards, 60.5. Mark Andrews anytime touchdown, +150. Dak Prescott interception, -122, and Jacoby Brissett over 37.5 passing attempts.
CJ.
Incredible. The prince we all deserve, Trevor Lawrence,
Yes.
over 13.5 rushing yards.
Yes.
Ramondre Stevenson over 38.5 rushing yards. Jaden Higgins over 37.5 receiving yards. Devin Singletary over 41.5 rushing yards. And welcome back, Brian Thomas Jr. over 21.5 longest reception.
Hey, of course, reminder, we're brought to you by Novig. Head over to Novig. If it's available in your state, download the Novig app, use that promo code SGPN, spend $5, get $50 in bonus bucks when you use Novig. And of course, Novig has some of the best prices around. You already heard earlier in this episode, Kramer citing some of the sweet prices he got over on Novig. Highly recommend the Novig app, easy to use, and you get that sweet bonus when you use our promo code SGPN. Download the Novig app, get started today, promo code SGPN. And we're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Put together a little pick'em entry. Of course, spend $5, get $100 in bonus funds. When you use the promo code SGPN, you can win up to 5,000 extra money. Quite the entry you would have to put together. Let's put together a little pick'em. CJ, what do you like in the old Underdog pick'em?
Underdog pick'em. I'm going to stick with the targets. We've been doing great with that.
Been a target hog.
Target hog. This one takes a little faith here. This is a reactionary. He did not have great quotes before this week. He said, "I have no idea how to fix these problems. I'm out of answers." But Travis Kelce usually does have decent bounce back games, and he had a very public bad game, obviously versus Houston. Obviously the drop for the interception. He was just wandering around, looking up and down, it took him like 20 seconds to come in motion. The Chargers are 30th DVOA against the tight end, and Kelce usually destroys the Chargers. His receptions are at 4.5. That seems a bit high. I think Mahomes is one to get him in rhythm, get his confidence going, pick his buddy up because he's down. He's literally down in the dumps. How about, what is it, 6 targets for Kelce?
6.5 is the projection.
It's a high number for sure because he can definitely bow out.
It's a high number.
It's a very high number, but you can hurt the Chargers, obviously. With the
I like
end.
the idea of him getting. He's sad. His friend needs to bring him up.
It's a friendship situation.
I can get behind that.
How many targets did Goddard have? I know he had at least 5 receptions last week. So I can't imagine that Hurts didn't miss them a few times. So, this is definitely a friendship vibe situation. Goddard last week had
10 targets.
He had 10 targets.
I love this play.
8 catches, 78 yards.
Let's lock it in. What about you, Sean? What are you rolling with?
Let's see. There's the the Jameson Williams stuff is just so good. It's hard not to like it.
I got something from the private stock too. So are we locking in JMO?
Yeah. Do you want to do longest reception or receiving yards? We'll just do receiving yards. The Underdog has it 62.5 right now, but yeah, that feels good. Kramer, what do you got?
Guy that was talked about the most this week in Tennessee land was Mr. DK.
Oh boy, they love him.
And they're going against the Niners team that has allowed you to move the ball a little bit. 28.5 receiving yards. Are we kidding me? Right out of the private stock. Sean, you approve?
Yeah,
love
it.
DK.
Love it.
I think he's only a kick returner now or something. He does more than return kicks. This guy.
It's a lot of love his work ethic, love his attitude. It's all the stuff you want. This guy's getting the ball.
Yes.
Cam Ward has spoken about it. So let's just pile on there.
Smash it. So we got the Kelce targets, Jameson Williams receiving yards, and DK receiving yards as well. Underdog Fantasy. promo code SGPN. All right, we got a couple ladders here, and then a DGen only play to close things out. I'll start with the ladder. Now, Rhythm likes Keyshawn Boutte over receiving yards, and I like it as well. I think there's a real chance this guy gets on a roll. He obviously has the big play stuff is obviously there for Boutte. I know he already had a 100-yard receiving game earlier this season. Last time they played the Bills, he put up 43 pretty easily on 3 catches. So I think he could have another big game here. 50 receiving yards for Boutte is plus 208, 60s 340, 70s 520, 80 receiving yards for Keyshawn Boutte. Already done that a couple times this year. Is 8-1, 90 yards is 1160, and if you're OSHA certified, you can climb the ladder to 100 yards, which he did have one career 100-yard game. You would never guess who it came against. Sorry, he has 2, but his career high did come last time they played the Bills, last year. Now, some of that was Joe Milton, but he had 117 receiving yards against his Bills defense. So 100 receiving yards at plus 1780, Keyshawn Boutte. Kramer?
I told you that in the holiday spirit, there's a lot of donkey plays on the card. Well, here's another one, maybe the biggest one. Jamar Chase against the Baltimore Ravens in his career has averaged over 7 catches for 120 yards a game. He's being lined at 89.5, depending on where you shop. And we're going to throw out the bottom part of this ladder because we're going to quickly identify that Jamar Chase has had games where he has gone for 193, 201, and 264 all against, that's right, the Baltimore Ravens. One of those games, if you remember, was in November of last year where he caught 11 passes for 264 yards and 3 touchdowns. For him to get, if you want to play the lower pieces, let's start at the 120 line, which is plus 240. So to get his average, plus 240, 150. We're going to jump ahead. Plus 650. Plus, then we're going to hop up to 170 is 1260. 180 is 1740. 190 is 24-1. And if he gets 200 yards like he has twice against the Baltimore Ravens, it's 32-1.
Wow.
32-1 for another 200-yard game. T. Higgins is out.
T. Higgins is out. I thought he was a soldier. He said.
I mean, look, when you have a concussion, you come back, you leave the game twice after hitting your head, get cleared from a concussion, and then go back in the concussion protocol on Monday.
And then score a touchdown, by the way, to cover.
I'm assuming you're not going to be playing in this game. So we're taking the donkey ladder of Jamar Chase all the way to the top. 200 yards is 32-1.
You got to be careful putting a donkey that high on a ladder, Ryan. That could.
I actually, there is a video circulating on the internet of a donkey that somehow can climb up onto the roof.
Oh, really?
Using a ladder that has like, there seem to be like plank steps or something, but
donkey ladders. That's an old Coney Island when they would dump into the tank or whatever. They would have to push it off the the plank, if you will. I like both of those. I love Boutte, by the way. He's you can use that as a sound drop if you want, but he is one of the most underrated receivers I think in football. Period.
100%. Yeah, and maybe Steph Diggs gets going, maybe Hunter Henry, but the case for Boutte is always there. If you're a Boutte guy, you know.
It pops. The booties pop for you when you look at the numbers. All right, this is part one of my healing of the calling Jackson Dart dumb. Now Jackson Dart, since returning, and since this man has come back from injury, they've had a connection. He's led your Giants the last 3 games receiving yards. Darius Slayton. It's hard to trust, but I trust anyone against this Washington defense. I hit the Trey Tucker ladder against this Washington defense earlier in the year. They are 30th in pass defense, especially the second wideout, and he's obviously a deep threat. We'll vault up a little bit of the ladder. 50 yards is plus 190. That's just to start off Darius Slayton. But when we're going Darius Slayton, we're not talking about 50 yards here. He's either an 18-yard game or a 100-yard game.
That's true.
And that's what we're hoping for. We'll jump up 70 yards is plus 448. 80 yards is plus 690. 90 yards for Darius Slayton, plus 1080 against this horrendous Washington secondary where J.J. McCarthy just threw 3 touchdowns against. A 100-yard game is plus 1720. And if you want to climb the Empire State Building up there in New York, take a look around, check out the sights and the beautiful view. 110 yards is 27 to 1, 120 yards, 38 to 1. Darius Slayton.
Let's go.
Remember, Trey Tucker had a $150 against this defense.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think there's going to be. And Jackson Dart was asked what his main goal was in the final 4 games of the season. He said, "Win 4 games." So I think he's locked in. I think he's locked in.
And this is what, and I'm actually on the Giants this weekend because this is the time of year every year they do where they fuck up their draft pick and win meaningless
that's what I'm
games
saying.
and start rallying.
They're gonna win, and they play the Raiders. I'm going to the Raiders game. I will be there.
Wow.
So there's a number. There's winnable games on the horizon.
Yeah, I can't wait. Can't wait for them to slide on down to the 12th pick.
They don't need
All
a
right,
quarterback, so it's not a huge deal.
Time to close things out with the D-Gen only play. Kramer, you can find the Mike Tomlin sound drop there or the Degens only.
It's 0% chance. I mean, it's like looking at a chessboard and having no idea what you're looking at.
I know they are labeled in the lowercase and like different
but it's
codes and things like that.
like
No, I'm saying I can't find them either. I'm not doing it like every show. It's my right hand. I do air traffic control where I have mine and yours as well.
You know I'm a degenerate.
There we go.
There you go. See, don't tout yourself, Kramer.
I got it. I got one more time.
You know I'm a degenerate.
There you go. Mike Tomlin coming in with the D-Gen play. CJ, what if I told you that you could take a team's leading rusher, a guy who led the team in rushing, to get 2 touchdowns the next game at 100 to 1? That seems like a pricing error, right?
Yeah, of course. That's obviously an error. I don't even think they'd accept that ticket. And then I'd save you the pain of cashing that because then they're going to remove the winnings from you and say, sorry, we made a mistake with this line.
Justin Herbert, who I slandered earlier.
I knew he was going here.
Everyone says Hurts is just a running back. Meanwhile, Justin Herbert, he ran 10 carries, 66 yards. That was their most effective weapon offensively.
Yeah.
And you look at the Chiefs. What is their weakness as a defense? They have actually let up a decent amount of rushing touchdowns to the quarterback. They've allowed 5 so far this season. Justin Herbert, I think, gets into the end zone. I think he gets into the end zone twice. This is he's spent all week listening to Harbaugh just hype him up. Him to get 2 rushing touchdowns is not crazy. He's done that once in his career already in a division game. I think he does it here. It's 100 to 1. Justin Herbert, 2 rushing touchdowns. A clear pricing error by the books, Kramer.
And
that is a pricing error. I agree.
100%. And then, but also he doesn't want to do that post-game interview as well. So you might not want to be in the spotlight. He likes to snub these poor women.
Laura Rutledge. Justice for Laura.
Yeah.
Kramer.
All right. So true 2x4.
Love the 2x4s, obviously.
2 touchdowns, 4 players, and I brought a fun way to play it for even more juice. 2 games only, 4 players, 8 total touchdowns. Mark Andrews, 2 touchdowns.
I was going to say, I know Cincy Baltimore's involved.
With Jamar Chase, 2 touchdowns. With Jahmyr Gibbs, 2 touchdowns. With Puka Nacua, by the way, Devontae Adams still not on the practice field. That's going to pay you 654 to 1. Now, you can also play, and this is where I was this is where my journey started. It was a Mark Andrews 2 touchdowns with Bengals money line, where I was like, well, let me just throw Jamar Chase in that too, 2 touchdowns. So Andrews 2 touchdowns, Chase 2 touchdowns, Bengals money line 72 to 1. Jahmyr Gibbs 2 touchdowns, Puka Nacua 2 touchdowns, Lions money line 47 to 1. If you put those 2 together, so the 2 touchdowns with the money line outcomes, Mark Andrews, Jamar Chase, Jahmyr Gibbs, Puka Nacua, 2 touchdowns each, Bengals money line, Lions money line, Sean, We're basically calling international plus 353,400 $3,534.
Wow.
I mean, this feels like it's a little mispriced.
Yeah, it's a tad mispriced.
A little
there,
mispriced
for
here.
sure. Now,
Yeah,
if Devontae plays, are you flipping Puka for him?
No, I think I started with Devontae. Actually,
Yeah,
I might have even
remember
given you a
that-
Devontae version.
That's what I mean. I remember that during rehearsal. It was a Devontae
well,
Adams. I can I can adapt with the audible of the script, but I'm just wondering.
Yeah,
what your
in
thinking
the pre-show process.
Right.
But then, yeah, it seems more and more likely he actually could be injured. So
Okay.
CJ, close it out. What do you got?
Now, I, of course, do like the 2x4s. I came dangerously close to hitting mine last week. It was a Jordan Love. It was a Jordan Love passing touchdown away. He threw 3, and Rodriguez 1 touchdown. But anyway, I hit the other touchdowns, and Love had 3. It was very close to hitting a 750 to 1 2x4.
But before you say this,
yes,
this is quite possibly, Sean, the greatest bet that CJ's ever created.
No,
Oh yeah.
I see what you're saying. It's going to excite people. It's going to anger people. It's going to get a lot of people talking for sure.
It's controversial.
Yeah, it is controversial.
What was that movie about the arcade, King of Kong, Fistful of
King
Quarters?
of Kong. Yeah, it was great documentary.
I'm kind of controversial, like the abortion topic. All timer. Anyway, continue.
This is a 3x3. This is very reasonable. This is 3 quarterbacks to throw 3 touchdowns. I think the 4 touchdowns has been audacious. 3 quarterbacks, 3 touchdowns. Start right off. All apologies. Jackson Dart back in there. The New York Giants versus Washington. I already said 30th ranked pass defense for Washington. Dart to throw 3 touchdowns is plus 528.
Whoa.
It's come down to 506 since I put it in the bet slip. That's one of 2 numbers that moved since I put it in the bet slip an hour ago.
That's a ridiculous number.
That really is for 3 touchdowns.
That's a ridiculous number.
I mean, that's a normal like Mahomes 4 touchdown number. 528. Another game I like, another revenge down south. Bryce Young, Carolina, and at New Orleans. Let's slow down with New Orleans being good. Plus 450 for him to throw 3 touchdowns.
He's done that before.
He's done it before, absolutely. And he just did it versus the Rams, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, versus last week. So now he's at New Orleans, coming off a bye. I like Carolina a lot in that game. Not only in a revenge spot, but it's like they see the division. If you get swept by the Saints, the committee should step in and not allow you to win the division regardless.
4 3 touchdown games this year. 2 in his last 3 games.
2 in his last 3 games for Bryce Young. So that's a nice number, plus 450. And it is the diabolical one. This is the one where Kramer was opening new accounts for. First, I wanted to do this. This probably got created because I was looking for guys for my 4x2, 4 touchdown passes. They don't even offer 4 touchdown passes for this man. 3 touchdown passes is 23 to 1. Oh my God! It has dropped to 21 to 1. A quarterback who's making his first start of the season, but is a man who's very familiar with the defense he's playing as he went against him in practice. So Kenny Pickett is 23 to 1 to throw 3 touchdowns in a revenge game. You parlay that together, that's 825 to 1. 3 quarterbacks, 3 touchdowns. The Pickett numbers were mind-boggling. That first that I would even offer for, and we're talking Brock Bowers. We're talking just a little bit at a scout defense, and I mean he won us the division last year, Sean, when they beat the Cowboys 40-10. Eagles can still put up 50. I'm not worried about that. Maybe it's trash time. Maybe it's even garbage time after we put up 34 at halftime.
Look at Sean's face.
Either way,
End the show.
Either way, I mean. 825 to 1 for 3 quarterbacks and 3 touchdowns.
This is such an amazing bet. And he's going to round robin it, I think.
Yeah, I'm definitely round robin. Yeah. Taking them individually as well. And, but
just shocked that they're, I mean, that 23 to 1 for a quarterback to throw for 3 touchdowns. I mean, what are we doing?
He's not a rookie. He's a veteran backup at this point.
What are we doing?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's crazy.
You swap that for Phillip Rivers, CJ, and you got yourself a winner.
Phillip Rivers, they might not offer 3 touchdowns
Yeah,
for
no,
Phillip.
if they could let up a half plate, if they could offer him that.
I do worry we're gonna see like something. Like we see a lot of crazy shit on the internet now.
Yeah.
Just imagine Phillip. I mean, Sean, Phillip Rivers is our age, basically, even older.
Yeah.
Imagine getting run over full speed by a peak NFL defensive lineman. Like,
Might hurt.
my God.
Oh man.
All right. Good times.
Stuff.
As always, appreciate everyone tuning in. Appreciate everyone answering all the questions and comments over on Spotify. Toss us 5 stars while you're over there. Smash the subscribe over on YouTube. Make sure you check out CJ Sullivan, Bottom Line Bombs, and his other show, 3 Generates.
Going live in 10 minutes.
Yes, with Hannibal Buress and Kevin Bozeman, aka Sherrone Moore. You may have recognized him from the earlier press conference. So check that out. Great stuff over there. Appreciate it, everyone. And yeah, we'll be back on the VSiN show, doing it remote, but we will be live 10 o'clock East. So good times there. And of course, as always, Kramer.
Thank you for participating in the Sports Gambling Podcast.
Oh, Sports Gambling Podcast. I'm Sean, second the money green. He's Ryan.
Kenny Pickett 3 touchdowns. Delightful.
Kramer, let it ride.
It's a numbers play. Sean disconnected immediately.
Ready to have some fun?